That he's talking when he does that. I swear.
That's not him trying
He's not mad. He's not trying to eat my face. That's him talking. All right, we're on a time limit. Focus. Okay. When you reach for the stars, you may not quite get them, but you won't come up with a handful of mud either. Okay, I'm going to say that one more time. Listen. When you reach for the stars, you may not quite get them, but you won't come up with a handful of mud either. What one big thing do you dare dream? I dream that I get my own business going again so that I don't have to make other people the big money. I want the big money. I'm sorry. To cross the border, move back in. Wait, you're still? Oh, Malanta X.
What?
Y'all, the barking spiders are out. Y'all got barking spiders in your house? The barking spiders. Yeah, plants got them. A little. There's no legs involved. Well, there's 2 legs, not 8. But it's the cheeks between the legs. Give you a little spider bark. She farted, guys. She farted, okay? We call it a barking spider. Because you can never see it, you just hear it. We have no shame. We have no shame. If there's anything I can promise you guys, my daughter's not afraid. All right. All right. So none of the rest of you guys have big dreams?
No, they're all hopeless apparently.
Nobody else has big dreams. Like I said, I want to work for myself again one day. And if you want to even dream bigger than that, I pray that my kids make better choices. And I missed yours then. My kids make better choices and get to live a happy life where they're not overworked. Land. Yes. That's my retirement dream, Bonus Bay, is a self-sustaining farm. Yeah. Like, look, girl, listen, you and me in like 10, 15 years when my debts is paid off and she's off in college or graduated from college, girl, we don't need nobody but us. We got this.
I'll be somewhere off the map.
You and me can totally rock a self-sustaining farm. We can do this. All right, real deal. You ready? Let's get you in the box. Heck yes. Dude, that's my dream. I don't need a man. I just want somebody somebody to do it with me. Why do you do this to me? Thank you. I'm not allowed to acknowledge gifts, you guys. It's one of the big rules. But like, how can you not acknowledge that? God.
Acknowledge the really big ones and then thank him for all the other ones later.
Thank you. Crazy thing, Bonus
They're
Day,
cool, dude.
as I hit my 28 million, went back 142K.
Oh, you're doing it for I hit my I think it was my 30
I'm
mil.
still like 70K in the hole. It's crazy.
My 30 or my 31, I hit twice and then had to do a third.
I had 28 and I went down to 20. It was 26.6 or something. I don't know. It was 142K. It's crazy.
Is that the biggest that you've been in the hole?
Yeah, like the other biggest was like 120 something.
I was half a mil like 6 months ago.
Listen, guys, if you can't afford, that's okay.
Don't give.
You can still hang out.
That part.
But like, it's hard to like come out of that hole. Like, imagine your best friend being all like, we're good peoples, and you're thinking things are great, and then they give you, something, and then they just take it all away. Like, It's Indian given, and it's baloney.
And now they don't ban. And now they don't ban for it anymore.
Well, and that's the other thing is somebody answer me this, okay? I got to go through all this recognition stuff to get onto the app. How come they can't use that as proof that it's who they are? How come if we have to verify ourselves to use the app,
I think
they can't do a verification?
So there is a way. There is a way.
Fingerprint on the thing before the credit card so that it's linked or matched or somehow, because I'm telling you right now, I know for a fact that some of these people are calling it on themselves because they overdid it out of a stupid reason. And
so what my bank does, and this is a new thing, my bank, every time that I make a purchase, and especially on an online like Meet Me or say I'm on DraftKings or whatever, if I make one of those purchases, it absolutely makes me go to my bank app and verify that I'm making the purchase. Now, something that I've been told about fraud on here is that when you're getting major gifts, if you get anything over 10K, take a screenshot of the picture. Take a screenshot of the animation happening and with their name in the chat, sending the gift. It nullifies their fraud. And that's happened with a couple different people. So
I don't know. I just know that, like, I wish people understood you don't have to spend money to hang out here.
Yeah, well, it's the mentality, right? It's kind of a byproduct of hanging out is people want to
come hang out. Don't put me in debt, mother truckers.
Really, really quick, I wanted to just tell you. So you know how I had that whole issue with possession of marijuana charge from 17 years ago? They took it off my record. I am now record free. I went to the Detroit border 3 weeks ago, and they said, "Where'd that charge go?" And I'm like, "The Canadian government took care of it. Like I didn't even have to." Well, you're going to have to get proof of that, and we're going to need documentation. You're going to have to go through what's called the inadmissibility office to get into the U.S. So now I'm not allowed in the U.S. because I don't have a criminal record.
Well, I mean, I think that's because it's becoming like legalized everywhere. So that's probably not such a big deal.
But why are they giving me such a hoopla here? It doesn't make any sense. Like I'm literally going to come down there. I'm going to get my citizenship and I'm going to pay taxes into the U.S. government. Why are they stopping me?
I mean, I don't honestly know, but let's dive into the topic. Let's do that because we've got 15 minutes and I don't want to.
So it kind of goes into that.
After 11, we can talk about this later.
Yeah. So, well, it's funny because it kind of feeds into my topic. I've just come back from a 3-month break. I took some time. I needed some time for me. And I thought that it would be a great topic to come and talk about here on your show because it definitely gave me a lesson. I think that us as streamers, we get absolutely just completely into streaming. And, you know, if you have any type of success whatsoever, whether it be with fans, battle wins, diamonds, you know, whatever the case is, if you're having that success, it draws you in.
Look, I'm an active individual, and this is by far the most exhausting thing I do.
That part. It's mentally draining. It's physically draining. It's emotionally draining.
It's the emotions for me because, like, a lot of it hits home, right? Like, I was bullied a lot when I was younger, picked on, you know, so like I make sure I have the safe space for people here. I don't let the bullying go on. And the only person that's allowed to run their mouth over here is me.
That's right. It's your stream, your area.
I don't run my mouth on the good people. I only go off on the people that deserve it.
That part.
You know, I'm nice. I will match your energy, y'all. So if there's people that come in here talking about, oh, Lily this and Lily that and blah, 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 and she's awful, well, ask them to look in the mirror, man, because I'm going to tell you I am simply a reflection of who they are, and that's why they don't like me. So fuck her up, Buttercup.
You know, I've taken this time away from that. I got into a relationship. And no, it's great. It's great. It's been great. I I needed to step back, take the relationship out of the equation. Okay, I needed to step back for myself. A
I
couple
think
months ago, I realized that it was just I'm drained. I am completely cooked, and my reactions to people, my reactions to my friends, were way off.
okay,
So just
here's what I caught myself, right? And when grandma fell and hurt herself, like I had just gotten my top badge, what, like 8 months before that or
yep,
whatever.
yeah, I
Okay.
remember.
And I had really, and when I streamed before, I streamed all day, all night. Right.
Yep,
And I streamed because it made me happy. It brought me positive things. It was helping me find out who I was.
that
But
part.
then it took over and the app is who I was. That's where I messed up. Right. I
Same,
was more
same.
worried about what was going on here than what was actually happening in my real life. Now, yes, this is part of my real life, and yes, it took everybody with me, but it was the neglect because I was too focused here. I was not living in the moment, right? Like I was with you guys, but I wasn't living in
Yeah,
the
no, and
moment. I
that's the
wasn't paying
power of this
attention to my
place.
surroundings. I
Yep.
wasn't enjoying what was in front of me, right?
That's the power of streaming. The power of streaming is we see things in streaming that we don't normally see in our day-to-day life. And if it has any type of positive impact in our life, we run with it. And that's human nature. Human nature is defined by that, right? We see something we like, or we see something we enjoy, or we see
Yeah,
something that brings
but
us
like
benefit, and we
everything,
jump right into it.
moderation is key.
You know, I was the same way, Lily. You can ask the people that have been around me heavily. You were one of those people. You know, I used to stream 15 hours a day easily him, and just
I
go
woke
gun
up,
ho with it,
grabbed my phone, grabbed the coffee, and started getting
and
ready to
away we
go.
go. Yep,
Every day. You were at work with me all day.
same.
Y'all went
Yep.
to on my work trip. Like y'all was if I wasn't sleeping, I was live.
Okay, let me just ask really quick. At everybody that's in here, let me just see a one in the chat if you have spent more time on the app than you think maybe you should have. At any point, doesn't matter when, but let's get a one in the chat there from all the people that think, see, you can see it. It's a commonality. It's something that's very common amongst everybody. We spend way more time on this place than maybe we should. And that's when it, talking about moderation, talking about time for me. This is time for me. Is it necessarily the right time for me? That's something we need to consider, right? I took that into consideration 3 months ago. I went and I streamed on another place for a little bit, took a little bit of a break from here, and I was very moderated over there, as in like my timing was 2 hours maybe a day, every 2 days. And I came back here last week, and I feel completely rejuvenated. I'm running through the randoms. Everybody knows the real deal is one of the kings of the random streets. I'm in those battles like swimwear, and they're not phasing me at all. I don't feel any mental drain. I don't feel any emotional drain. Time for
It's
me
moderation. It's
it
not
was time for
overdoing
me.
it.
It was time
That
for
whole
me that did that.
self-care, self-love stuff I talk about all the time,
There you go. That's it. And I did
Like,
it.
yes, it is great to get on here and distract yourself, guys, but let's be real. Let's all stop right now, and I need y'all to listen, okay? It does not matter how busy you keep yourself. At some point, you're going to have to face whatever the hell it is that's got you upset or angry or feeling whatever way you feel, okay?
That
Because I'm
part.
going to tell you right now, I've done it to myself. I have worked, and I have done everything to keep myself so busy. But do you want to know what? At the end of every day, I still had the problems. And it was almost like the longer I put it off, the harder it got to face them.
That part. You can run and you can run and you can run and you can hide. Well, no, you can. You can hide. You can, but when you come out of hiding or when you stop running, the problems that you're running and hiding from, they're still going to be there. Doesn't matter where you are. Doesn't matter where you live.
Run, but you can't hide from them. They're going to find you. It's going to get you, and you're going to have to deal with it. And I think that has been the biggest issue that I see, especially with the younger generation, is they want to they want to cover whatever true feelings. They don't want to face their fears. They don't want to, instead of working harder to better themselves, they want to try to tear other people down because it's easier, you know? So it's the huge thing that I'm learning over the last few years, especially, is that there's not a single individual that can make me as happy as I can make myself.
Big facts. And as soon as you realize that, right, what Lily just said there, there's nobody on this planet that's going to make me happier than me. As soon as you realize that and you embrace that, the people that are around you that actually care, that actually, give a crap, those people are going to have such a better impact on you, such a better impact, because you're going to be able to embrace it more. There's a saying, we can't be good for anyone else until we're good for ourselves. And in streaming, you have to be good with yourself. You have to be. It's just, if you're not good with yourself, it's readable. It's very readable, and people see it and they divert from it.
Certain level of confidence and understanding that if I have 100 people in here, I'd be lucky if 10% like me. And to be honest, y'all be lucky if I like 2% of y'all.
True facts, though.
No damn
True facts. That's true.
I'm being serious, y'all. Because I get on here and I got people and we get along and we're cool. And then all of a sudden, they talk ill of you or your friends, or they put lies into the universe about you or your friends. And it's like, I fought to be that person's friend. I put time and energy into that.
I invested money into that.
It's so my energy for me to cut y'all off, because I am. Listen, my kid is enough drama for me. I don't know if y'all have ever raised a teenage girl, but I don't need your drama. I have her.
My oldest is going to be 21, and what's the date today?
Yeah, I've got 24 and
12
14.
days.
I don't need y'all's drama. I have that one. And myself, because I'm in menopause in my mid-40s, okay? So the drama between the two of us on certain days of the month is more than any human should have.
Let me just hold that up real quick. It's just I'm in menopause in my early 40s. May the power of Christ compel you.
No, there's no need. Like, I have to realize that I'm acting like a moron, and I have to get myself together in a quick second before I beat my own kid, because sometimes that's what she makes me want to do. But I won't, okay? I won't. Let's get that right. The feelings of wanting and doing are two separate different things, all right? I will never beat my child. I'll smack her if she makes me mad enough, though. I'll tell you what.
There's
a difference between abuse and discipline. The officers told my kids that plenty of times.
I will say the one thing, I've known you for a long time, silly. I've known you for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
And the one thing I can say is that you've always maintained, even, when it was full force forward with streaming, you've always maintained that self-care approach.
And that's one thing I always promise is y'all are going to get, I'm too old and tired to pretend to be anything that I am not. I did get a little, I will tell you, there was a couple months that I got stuck in I'm going to call it the game, right? Because I wanted things. And so instead of just continuing what I was doing and letting things go, I became too focused on numbers and stats. And that there was a couple months. You can ask Boop, you can ask, well, I don't know if Boop is probably the only one here that can guarantee, that can tell you that there was a couple months. I'm not going to say I changed who I was, but I definitely changed my approach, which changed me a little bit.
Wasn't that was in the top badge, getting the top badge days, right?
That was long before I got my badge even. That was like the first time I thought it was, but I did for a couple months. I got caught up on the numbers, and then it was kind of like I had an epiphany, like a nice wake up call, and was like, ew, what?
I'll tell you something.
The beginning never went back to that because that's
the beginning of this year was very
y'all
similar
leave the wiggles alone, okay? I shake too much to wiggle anymore, okay? There's too much jiggle with the wiggle.
Oh no.
Way
The beginning
too
of
much to go
the
with this.
beginning of this year was definitely similar for me. I hit the golden ticket,
Nice.
and then after that, in the next 2 months, it was just explosive weeks on this app for me, and I got used to it. I got used to that happening, and
And
I
that's what it
engaged,
was for me
I
too. And then it
engaged it.
didn't happen, and I started to panic.
Yep, big facts.
That's exactly what
Big
happened to me.
facts.
But like, it wasn't that it was, but it never got bad. And that's what makes me so mad, was that I don't know, because that was just, I don't know. But it was a very short time period, and I realized it. And luckily, they were around long enough to be like, yeah, we're really glad that changed, because I know that some of them were secretly like, yeah, I don't think I could do this anymore.
Some of
because
my
I
day
wasn't
ones.
genuine.
Some of my day ones took a break from me because I got so engaged in the numbers. Because it wasn't who I built. I didn't build my stream and my community off of numbers. I built my stream and my community
All right,
off
real
of the
deal.
community.
Unfortunately, we have a minute
We gotta
left.
go. Okay.
So is there anything that you want to add to this specific thing?
Just hit the,
Like I said, I know you and I could talk forever. So
that part. This just one thing, guys. I really, really, really want y'all to focus. Take a minute today and look in the mirror. And if there's any discrepancy that you're feeling and it comes to this place, take a minute and think about it, and think about how you can change that, because self-care and looking at time for yourself is so key. And it makes your experience on this app such a better experience, because you're better for yourself, which means you can be better for everybody else.
once you learn to regulate or divide everything that you enjoy, and here's the thing is we become fixed on the dopamine, we become fixed on the adrenaline we get from this, and we forget that the boring things like our dishes, our laundry, our kitchen floors, our bathrooms, they need cleaned, they need done. And those are things for me that I found make me happier some days than talking to y'all, because it makes me feel like I've accomplished stuff and I feel cleaner, and you know what I mean? So learning to delegate, that's the word, delegate.
Yeah, delegate your time properly and make sure that you're taking some time every day for yourselves, guys. We all need it. Everybody, every human on planet Earth needs to take some time for themselves.
Absolutely.
So do it.
All right.
Nothing but love, Lily. Make sure you
have any other events coming up? When do you stream? Give your
I'm just coming back, so my streaming is usually during the day. I work from home again, so during the day I'm on. Feel free if you want to pop through. It's usually a pretty good vibe in my stream. I got lots of great humans. Big shout out to all of HSR in the building. Thank you, my fam jam, for coming up, pulling through. Y'all have a great Friday and a great weekend.
Bye, real deal. All right, guys. So I wish you wouldn't have gotten rid of that guy, because I'd totally tell him, because they're all over here working to support their families back home. Because Americans are lazy. Most of them. A lot of them. Seriously, that's not even a smart aleck comment. Good morning. All right, are you ready? Get our second guess in the box. I'm just waiting for the okay in the comments. Let me know you're ready. All right, here we go. Good morning.
How are you? I'm well. Okay, what Real Deal was talking about was real. It was the real deal.
Yeah.
But literally,
he's been on the show a handful of times, and he always comes with good topics. Things, especially ones makes the guys think, like he's big on the helping the guys figure out that they're allowed to have feelings. I know, guys. I know it's hard to understand that men are allowed to have feelings too, and they can even cry. I know.
Yes.
But it is okay. I got a shoulder right here.
I love that.
Like, all right, so bonus bay. What are we going to be talking about today? What is your life lesson?
So I kind of want to piggyback off of the conversation. That wasn't my initial intention, but I'm feeling led by spirit to go with the flow. I love how he ended with saying, you both were mentioning about the like not getting caught up in the diamonds aspect, right? For me, my life lesson was for this show was the rejection is redirection. I really came on the app like again back in January, and I was so like focused on that aspect, but it was because like to become a top badge there's some requirements, right? So I feel like a lot of people when they come to this app they kind of fall into that. It's either one or two things that you fall into. You either fall into the comments and you're like really supportive in the comments, because that's how I was at first. But once I started streaming, I was like, what am I streaming for? Then I started looking up and I'm like, oh, okay, so it's levels. It's levels. You got to get a certain diamond count. You got to get a certain amount of favorites, right? And so for me, I was so heavy on that for months. And I started doing my show too, but I was just like, okay, I either want to be a top badge or I want to be featured. So I was just like going hard, right? And then like in my head, I was like really hoping to become top badge. And when that didn't happen before I got featured, I just kind of took a step back and I was like, wait a second. Maybe I wasn't supposed to be focused on the diamonds. Like maybe me not getting that top badge spot really is what kind of slapped some sense into me. And I'm like, wait, if I have my featured show, like that was the goal in reality. And I was just kind of confused because I'm also on this streaming platform where there is a lot of competition and challenges. And I was so like, I would go into people's stream like, hey, are you doing challenges? like I needed that rejection as a sense of redirection, for streamer, but also can be detrimental. Yes, it became a lot.
I think for me, it was realizing that if I stay true to myself, that the right people will find me and they'll be the forever supporters, right? Because everybody gets their short-term, quick, people come, people go, right? But it's taking the time to build relationships and to really get to know people, because I'm sorry, I'm not just going to go and drop $100. Like I love people. I love streams, but I don't have $100 to send everybody I like a jet. It's going to take me some time to send a jet. Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to take, like, I'm a single mom. I work 7 days a week. If I'm going to spend $100 on you, I'm going to make sure I know who you are, because when I first started streaming, I did not.
Yeah.
And I supported a lot of the wrong people. Because so for me it was just learning that if I stay true to myself, the right people are going to find me, they're going to stick around, they're going to keep coming back, and worst case, I've got some amazing friends out of it. Oh no.
No, so that's literally was the case for me when I told you I was kind of caught up in, I want to be top badge, once I started taking that step back, I literally started going to certain people. It was certain people I connect with for different reasons. So the people that I really was connecting with because they were challenge focused and diamond focused, I really had to start going to them one by one, like, hey, I'm switching my vibe. Like I'm really focused on just trying to gain authentic viewers from my show. If they love truths or theories, then I feel like my people are gonna come to me, right? That really was the focus. So I had to go through that conversation with a handful of people on here and let them know, like, I'm switching my focus. Like, I don't even care if you gift me or not. Like, it's going to be different aspects. And I want to say, like, even within the last month, it's been like a crazy difference.
Yeah, to me, it became easier to stream when I accepted that y'all are getting what you get. When I stopped trying to hide, because I'm a pretty loud person and I'm a pretty blunt person, so I can be a lot for people who don't understand me, right? Like, but if you get to know me, I'm definitely somebody you want on your side, because there's nothing that's going to stop me from protecting my people, right? Like, and I think that's why my kid's such an ass, because she knows there's nothing she's going to do that's going to make me stop loving her, right? Like she knows it's hard. So sometimes she be pushing that mom button, you know?
Mhm.
But
That's
becoming my
beautiful.
authentic self
I didn't
was
know that.
definitely, this app helped, right? I think I was always so afraid to be who I was, to be honest, Bonus. Like I was afraid to let and to be rejected for being my authentic self. So I became a people pleaser. It became more important to me for you to like me than for me to even stop to see if I even cared that I liked you, right?
Ooh.
Like it became a game of everybody has to like me. You
Wow.
cannot not like me. And I lost myself. I lost myself for a long time.
It's easy to do. It's
And then
easy
one
to
day
do.
I was
You're
like,
not
this is
alone. That's so
exhausting.
valid. It's so valid. Definitely. Especially streaming so much. Like, I think if we don't really learn the concepts of healthy streaming, and I guess healthy streaming could be different for different people depending on what their mental capacity is, right? And their spiritual capacity. I'm gonna say like it's a lot of the aspects of the app that's not for me. And I'm glad I got like rejected in those certain aspects because I'm like, I didn't really want to be around that type of scene anyway, for real, for real. Like that really wasn't my true calling and my true purpose. And I feel like I really am like a very creative person that wants to serve her community in whatever aspect, whether it's that community or this community, live community or physical. So I feel like for me, the life lesson was rejection is just simply redirection. Like it's blessings in those rejections. Like don't take a no as a no. That no just means it's somewhere else to go, you know? Don't think it's the end of the world. Like rejections are actually beautiful if you choose to see it that way. Try to find the opportunities in those closed doors. Go break some windows if you need to, but those closed doors don't mean that it's over for you, simply.
Well, and sometimes not getting what you want is a blessing because there's something better waiting around the corner. You know what I mean? Like,
Definitely.
just, I don't know. Life is hard, y'all. Life is so hard, but
See?
stay true to yourself. Don't give up because if you don't try, you can't succeed. Like, I was afraid to try things because I was afraid to fail, but that just meant I already failed because I didn't try.
Yeah, that's the
That
only way to fail
was
is
like
not to
my
try.
you thing. Like that took me a long time to like I understood it, but I didn't want to accept that for the longest time.
Yeah, acceptance is key too. I mean, because I was definitely in denial about a lot of stuff for a while, living in denial, happy denial though, you know. I feel like the sooner you really do be honest with yourself, but you got to ask yourself some deep questions, right? Like, what do I really want from this, right? How is this going to benefit me, right?
And you got to
How is
answer
this going to
honestly. You
benefit my community? You know what? It was a question I asked yesterday to my stream, and that question was, in 100 years, like, what do you want your name to be remembered for? Like, what do you want people to feel when they mention your name when you're no longer here physically? The Nile is not just a river in Africa. I like that one.
You guys both had good topics today. I'm definitely grateful for the reminders. I think that no matter how much we've worked on ourselves to focus and do all the things we've talked about, sometimes we find ourselves getting off track. Sometimes we get caught up. So these are all really good reminders for me because like I have things going on at work that kind of make me bend who I am a little bit. And this is kind of like a nice little refresher. Like, nope, we're not going to bend anymore. Either we're all going to get on the same page or I'm going to have to figure something else out because I'm not
going to lose myself in this anymore. I'm done with that part. I feel like having that solid foundation really gives you the confidence you need to do that. Because like I said in the beginning, maybe if I would have started coming into your stream before I really started streaming, maybe I would have already had that confidence to be like, no, I already know what I want, you know, but sometimes you just got to kind of start And then you start getting slapped with these rejections because you don't really know where you're at and where you're trying to fit in and where you belong, you know? And you're really trying to set it for yourself. So be willing to go through those rejections. Try it. If it's not for you, your body and your spirit will know. And sometimes we do have to take those breaks, like Real Deal was saying, definitely. And come back more rejuvenated and empowered and confident because you know where you're at and where you are wanting to go, and you don't want to get lost anymore. So just try it. I love it.
Absolutely. And you know, I don't think that I personally feel like some of y'all could have told me things a million times, but unless I'm learning lessons the hard way, it don't matter. So like you could have sat here and listened to me over and over again. But like if you're like me, you got to put yourself in that predicament, get that rejection, learn that lesson the hard way before you're like,
you're right. You're definitely right.
Should have listened. Because for me, that's what every lesson I've learned. Like my grandfather, my grandmother, my parents, older siblings, cousins, aunts, uncles, all life lesson. And I'm like, I know better than you. You know, rejection, block, nope, not listening. And I'm like, damn it, I should have listened to all that. All of it.
Like, I feel like
whoop, phone call.
I have to sign into work.
All right.
Yeah. But honestly, I feel like it's really just about, so let's just put myself, for example, say I would have came into your stream. And just like you're talking, like maybe I wouldn't have been receptive, right? And we do have to go through it. But I feel like it's really just having it available to you and seeing the possibilities. And the more that you see the different possibilities, the easier it is to figure out what road you either want to go in or try to create for yourself. For me, I feel like I really wasn't even going into featured shows. I was kind of scared. Like I kind of had anxiety about it. But yeah, but now I'm happy I'm doing it, and I'm happy I connected with you. I love your show. I love the talking aspect of life lessons learned.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So we are unfortunately out of time already. Was there anything you wanted to add to this specific, or just let these folks know if you've got other shows or what your show and when your show is?
Yeah, so I do host Truth or Theory every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. We talk about a lot of different theories or a lot of deep truths. If you guys would like to stop by, we would love to see extra faces in the crowd. And thanks for letting me be here. You guys have a great day.
Thank you so much. Both these guys got me all reminding myself that, you know, I am doing the right thing by putting my other things in life first right now. And it's okay that I'm doing that. So thank you for reminding me, y'all. All right, Jay, you ready? We got one more today, y'all.
Hi.
Hi.
Long time no see. Well, not
Long time no see. Welcome to my show.
right. So, hi everybody. My topic today is going to be basically bullying and like be careful who you friend. Sorry, my roommate's making a lot of noise, but be careful who you befriend, right? So, especially on this app, you just gotta watch. I mean, it sucks, but today's society, you gotta watch who you talk to and watch who, you know, you make your friends or call you your friends. You can have a lot of acquaintance. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think that it's easy for people to show you parts of them versus their whole side on here. And it's okay to hang out with people, but like I think that a lot of people need to understand that yes, like some of us do real life stuff, but for a lot of people this is like a part-time, it's a job. It is their job. This is how they, you know what I mean? So we have to be careful in who we give our heart to, right? You can do what you want with your money. I'm not going to tell y'all how to spend your money. You know what I'm saying? Like, but be careful who you're giving your heart to. Be careful who you're telling your secrets to. Like, if you don't want the world to know it, you probably shouldn't be talking about it on the interwebs, right? If it's a conversation you don't want to have with a bunch of strangers, you don't bring it up in the interwebs, you know? But I've learned the hard way too. I've been fooled, and I think I'm generally a pretty good judge of character. But I've been fooled a couple times, and it hurts. More than anything else, it just hurts because you find yourself caring about somebody, right? And you put in the effort, or maybe you send money, or maybe you're gifting, or maybe it's just a lot of your time, and you believe one thing, but it's might not always be true, you know? So you take time. It takes, in a face-to-face situation, on average, a year to get to know most of somebody, and that's not even all.
Even then, like, I've known people for 4 or 5 years on here, and you still don't know that they're the true real you, right? So they could be putting on a face, you know, just to so that you would, you know, trust them. And even then, it's like it can turn into a nightmare, and you think you know somebody, and it's just like, huh?
So
What happened?
one lesson my dad taught me, and it's probably the only lesson that was really worth much, is you don't lend somebody something that you need back. So, like, I find myself in situations where I look back and I've lent out money when I really didn't have it, you know? And of course, most of the time I don't get it back. You know, people aren't always honest, right? So don't give anybody something you can't afford to lose.
Yep.
And like, that's a hard way of life, because I like to help people. I like to give things. I like to make people happy. But I've learned that I'm going to make the right people happy. I take my time. I'm patient. You know, like I was saying before, I don't have $100 to just throw a jet to anybody. Single mom life over here. When I stream more, and streaming was more my thing, it was easier because I was making money and able to spend and to give back and all that stuff. But now this is what I'm here for. I'm here for the show. I'm here to get to know people. I'm here to give people the safe space, even if it's only 1 or 2 days a week right now.
This goes in also this goes in along the lines of what happened with my friend. Basically, you know, she thought she trusted someone, and then in the long run ended up getting hurt by this person. So, and that was, you know, it was heartbreaking for me that she trusted this person, and then it went into that. So just got to be careful.
Yeah, and you got to remember, like, somebody that is not secure or stable or self-sufficient, self-respected, those are the people that are going to be liars, right? So, like, when somebody does do something like that, y'all, be grateful that you got to see the true colors before they took any more of your time. But do not ignore the red flags. Too many people ignore the red flags. Like, oh, and you know, I sent you $20 last week, right? And I said I was going to send it back, but I didn't. And now this week I'm asking for another 20, promising it next week. Well, you already done lied to me about last week. What makes me believe you're going to give? No, I'm not giving you anything else until you keep your word. I held mine by lending you that. You said you were going to pay me back. Now you keep your word. And if they can't keep that first commitment, guess what? They're not going to keep any of the others. At that point, it's your fault. Like, I hate to be a bonehead, but at that point, it's your fault. Because if they didn't give you back the first time and y'all kept doing it, and I'm not talking to anybody directly here, please understand that, because I know there's certain situations with certain people that are kind of in this situation, and I'm not specifically talking about that, okay? So please understand that, and don't respond to anything who I'm talking to either. Just understand that I am not digging in that topic, okay? I just want to make that clear. But it is because but inside, again, when you're an empath and when you're a genuinely sweet person, you believe them because you would do that. You would do the right thing. but not everybody's going to do the right thing. That was my thing is I keep my word. My papa done told me that your word is just as valuable as a piece of paper. You know, like if somebody says something, they're going to do it. Back in the day, that's all they had was a handshake and their word, right? There wasn't all these constantly writing up lawyer contracts, signing, like it was a handshake and a word. That's, you know, so, but nowadays, unfortunately, that is a lost honor. So, and because of people who don't pay back or take advantage of, now we have to sign all these papers and do all these things, right?
Gotta love contracts.
And so I don't know. I think it's, guys, it's just so important that we stay true to who we are, right? Be true to who you are. Don't get caught up. If something gives you a funny feeling, it just back off and leave it alone. You know, if somebody doesn't keep their word, they don't deserve to have you around. And that's as simple as I'm going to call you tomorrow, but then they never call, right? I'm going to call, no, I forgot, I'll call you tonight, and they don't call. Well, guess what? They're not keeping their word, y'all. That is an answer. That no response is their response to how much they care. And that one might sting for some of you. I'm sorry. But if they tell you they're going to call and they don't, you know that they don't care. You just don't want to admit it, right?
That's 100% truth.
I'm sorry, but if somebody is now, like, I got my friends, so don't get me wrong, my friends know I'm scatterbrained, I get back to you when I can, but like if I'm into you in that kind of way, you're not waiting hours or days for me to respond. You're gonna get the as soon as possible. It ain't gonna be instant, because when I'm at work, I'm not watching my phone and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, that's just not, I know some people there do, but I'm sorry, that's not me. But you're not gonna wait hours or days for a response from me. Like if I'm into you in that kind of way, you're gonna get that kind of attention. You know? It'll never be a question to you if I like you in that way. Let me just put it that way. Like how I like you or how I perceive you is never a question. I'm very upfront. Look, like, and I tell people now, like, I'm only looking for friends. I'm not in a situation emotionally to even try to date. Like, I've been single for 15 years for a reason, y'all. Trust me. Like, I don't know what else to tell some of you guys. Trying to get in my DMs. I want to take you out. No, you don't. Like maybe as friends, we'd have a great time, but I don't want a relationship.
It's free lunch.
I just don't. I don't have time right now. It's not personal. I don't have time. I work 7 days a week. I got my daughter, my grandkid. Like, I don't have time. Like, I'm not. I'd have to actually request a night off work to go out on dates, and I'm not losing money to go out for a dinner. You know, so it's not. I just don't have time. I'm an honest person. Like, yeah, I could date. I could be letting all these guys take me out to dinner. But for what? To make them spend their hard-earned money on something that I know is not going to happen? I think that's selfish. I know women that do it. I think it's selfish. You know? I'll never hide my feelings. That is one thing y'all know. I'll never hide my feelings. But I don't know, guys. Just remember to take the time to get to know people. Always keep yourself as your number one. You know, being true to who you are is the most valuable thing in life. Because at that point, nothing anybody does is going to bother you. You're happy, and their misery can't bring you down. You know, my preferences don't matter. Definitely just said I'm not dating at all or anything.
Sorry, I'm back. Fahad, are you straight?
So guys, this is a featured show. This is what is called the entertainment side of the app. Dating is within the DMs, the direct messages areas over there. But I am definitely not here for that. What is
I just
dating?
say it's not
Dating
meant. I
is
meant
like
it's not.
trying to jump into a needle of hypodermic needles and not get stabbed or something.
I just say it's. I just say it's a dating site. It's a streaming site. They just added the dating later.
I don't remember how she says it, but it's something along the lines of jumping into a pile of needles and hoping not to get stabbed. But all right, Jay, it is about to be 11 o'clock. Was there any other shows you're on or anything you want to tell these fine folks about?
Just the auction, Kim Possible tomorrow. I think I'm at 8:15 tomorrow, and that's about it.
All right. Well, thank you very much for being on the show, all three of you. I'm so confused. Okay, so it's after 11 o'clock now. Show's over, right? Not recording anymore, right?